Hi, lovely ladies. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Tuesday dating tips and Q&A with me, Raeeka, your host. Let me just put my light on so we can get a little bit more. All right. So, hello to all of you. I want to welcome those of you who have just joined Dating Tips for Savvy Single Ladies. And for those of you who, hi Berta, who have been here in the group, welcome back. I am excited to be coming on today, and I have a really important lesson or dating tip, if you may, to share with you about online dating safety. So it is super important, and I really hope that all of you who are in this group are on here watching either the live or the replay, because hi Sandra, nothing is more important than your safety and your empowerment while you are dating. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Raeeka. I am the founder and CEO of Dating with Confidence. I'm also the leader of this group, which has been around since 2016. And I absolutely adore working with high achieving and ambitious women. Hi, Christine Ann. Like Christine Ann and Berta and Kelly, who's here, and Sandra and Berta, to teach them how to reprogram to teach high achieving and ambitious women how to reprogram their dating operating system and to find their lifelong partner through my quality man method, which is a method. It's this formula from top to A to Z of anything that you need to pretty much know in terms of dating and the process of finding love and keeping love so that you can have a safe relationship with your ideal man. And it's the New Year's, right? Hi, sweetheart. I'm so happy that you're here, Kelly. Kelly and Berta are part of my Irresistible Woman program. Hi, Lucy. Nice to see you. So I love also saying hi to you. So if you are new and you are here, please don't shy away. Say hello to me, because I love saying hi to my ladies and getting to know who you are. The more I know you, the more I can help you. And the more I can stay relevant to the issues, to the challenges and questions that you have in regards to dating. So, why do I want to talk about online dating safety? Because I truly believe that online dating is one of the most effective ways to find love. Not only I have found love online with the love of my life. Hi, Shannon. Hello, thank you for the rose. Not only I have found the love of my life online, but also almost, I want to say 95% of my clients have found their boyfriends and their ideal man and their husbands online too, whether it's OkCupid or Match or what is it called, the Bumble, or there's another one, JDate. So it's very possible, and it's totally doable, and it's a really good platform to meet men that are really looking to find a lifelong partner as well. I know of many single men that are also looking. Sandra found her love of life. Awesome. Online. Sandra, what platform did you find your boyfriend or your man? So POF. Okay, Plenty of Fish. Yeah, and I have actually another client who is almost coming up on her year anniversary, or maybe just past her year anniversary, where she met on POF, Plenty of Fish as well. So as you can see, there is a lot of possibilities that can come from online dating. And online dating is really a platform, an opportunity. It's just a platform of possibility, right? Of meeting quality men. But just like anything else in life, right? Hi, Sammy. Sammy's also another beautiful, irresistible woman. Just like, anything in life, there is, like any community, right? There is the good and there is the bad. There is the safe and there is the dangerous, right? Hi, Deanna. I know. Where have you been, lady? I still am waiting to talk to you on the phone. So good to see you. Happy New Year, Deanna. So it is super important that we always understand that, first of all, for those of you who think online dating is just a place where, losers and I don't know, like jerks and womanizers and really like maybe even evil men, right, show up, I really want you to think twice, because that's like saying, Los Angeles is filled with bad men. It's like really making that kind of a statement. Or New Orleans has no good men left. That's not even possible, right? So, because one thing that our world doesn't have little of is, oh God, what is the word for it? It's right here. It's population. I'm like, it's It's population. So we don't have a deficiency of men, right? And we don't have deficiency of good quality men. I see this all the time. I cannot tell you, like Saturday, I got together with a friend of mine who has gotten married to her man like about 6 months ago, and they met on Coffee Meet Bagel, right? Coffee Meets Bagel, yeah. And so you will be so surprised as to how many good possible relationships come from online dating. However, I want you to date smart. I want you to have the information so that when you go out there and when you're dating, you date as an empowered woman. Now, that said, some of you might have experienced really, really terrifying experiences from online dating. And if that's the case, I'd love to know you. Please write to me, and I'd love to know your story if you are willing to share. Because your story, and we can do this confidentially, I'm not going to say names, this has happened to a client of mine, and no matter how much we are careful, there is that one day that no matter how cautious we are, that one bad thing happens, right? Hi, Yame. And hi, sweetheart, another irresistible woman. So here is the thing. If you are a victim of online dating assault, rape, or attack, first of all, I'd like to know about you, because as I said, even if your story, even if you want to give it to me as a, anonymous, I think your story should be shared. I think the reason #MeToo became such a powerful movement is because women finally learned that they're not alone. That this assaulting, raping, and molestation and attack of men on women has happened for centuries, right? And it has happened to many. And when we talk about it, we become powerful. When we talk about it, we join each other in sisterhood. Some of you might be there and might want to share your story. So please reach out to me, Raeeka at datingwithconfidencecoaching.com, or you can private message me on Facebook. I check all of my messages. And some of you might be in the process of healing, and that is perfectly fine too. And some of you might not even be there, might not want to even talk about it because it's so painful. It makes it more real, and that is okay too. What I know best is that in community and in numbers, there is power. And when we rise our numbers, and when we become 2, and then 4, and then 8, and then 16, and then 32, and then 64, and we go from there, the power in our number is not something to undermine. When we women stick to each other and share our stories, and when we can get past the feelings of shame and anger and putting ourselves down, that's when we can step into our power. So if any of you has gone through this horrifying process recently, I want you to know that I'm right here, even though this is not my specialty, and I am not a specialist in helping you to get past it. I can definitely provide information to help you get on the right track with the right people, okay? And share with you what I know. I am not a therapist, and I absolutely do not have the skills to help someone who is a rape victim or a assault victim. However, because this has happened to clients in my business throughout my coaching years, I have learned how to get them empowered and on track to get the right help. So I want you to know that you have my support, and you have my heart, and you have my attention, and you are not at fault, and you are not stupid. No matter how much caution you can take, this can happen. But let alone, we always want to be safe. And be careful. I think of it as when you walk on the street. Every one of us has learned that ever since we were kids, we learned that we have to first look to the left and then look to the right and cross the street. Yet, how many pedestrians get killed every day by a drunk driver, by a bad driver, by a driver under influence of some sort, by a driver who was text messaging or on their phone? It happens, right? You can even be standing on the pedestrian side, like in the sidewalk, and a car can come and hit you. So I really want you to understand that anything that I share tonight, for those of you who have experienced the horrific experience of being assaulted by a man online or offline, none of this will make you stupid. None of this means that you haven't done things right. None of this means that you are in the wrong. The last thing I want is for you to take away from this call the feelings of shame, right? It's, Sammy says exactly what I'm teaching my daughter as my grandma taught on our daily walks. Yeah, right? And yet my cousin got killed because a drunk driver hit her on Valentine's Day. Not this Valentine's Day, many years ago. So it can happen. And she wasn't stupid, and she didn't do anything wrong. So you are not stupid. You haven't done anything wrong. I want you to really look into my eyes as I'm talking to you and know that I am sending you love, and I am sending you my biggest support and heart, and you matter, and you are important. So even though this has happened to you, you can bounce back and you can be the voice of so much support to women who are just going through this. I know that when, that the women that I've worked with who have experienced, who have been a victim of rape, they have really found groundedness and, safety in talking to other women who have experienced it. So you are not alone, okay? So please, again, I'm really taking this. I really want to make sure you understand that what I'm about to share about the tips doesn't make that for those of you who've experienced this, you did anything wrong. You didn't. No matter what happened, it is not anyone's right to touch you, to assault you, to attack you, to get into your personal space. So this is not on you, okay? I believe you. I know that you are an amazing woman, and that matters. I hear you. I don't care if the police didn't hear you. I don't care if other people make you feel crazy. You are not crazy, and you didn't do anything wrong. Shit happens all the time to the best of us. All right. So, Christine Ann says, you are doing an amazing job talking about a tough subject. I'm a counselor advocate for sexual assault victims. Great job. Oh my God, Christine Ann, thank you so much for sharing that with me. That is, wow. Well, maybe you and I can talk offline if that's okay with you. And I can get, I've been talking to several counselors of and advocates for sexual assault victims. So maybe I can use some of the information, and I can share it with women that need it. Thank you so much for your encouragement. It means the world to me, because you really are the person. And maybe you and I can talk offline, and maybe you can talk to the group at some point. That would be so lovely. I would love to invite you to be a guest. On the Dating Tip Show. Wow, thank you so much. And Yami says, look up Thordis Elva. She was raped by her boyfriend. Yeah, women, ladies, this happens all the time. Okay? So, that said, we're not going to make men evil. We're not going to bash men. We are still going to keep our perspective, as hard as it is, that there are good people out there and there are bad people out there. I'm going to share an experience with you. It's not about rape. I haven't up until now, luckily, and I hope it's my biggest fear, because I'm a very small person too. It has never happened to me, but I am a victim of war. And I grew up and lived for 8 years in the war. And what I want to tell you is, when I went through the war, we were told, the war was with Iraq, but the missiles and the bombs and everything was being sold by America to Iraq to bomb Iran and send missiles to Iran. It never occurred to me, and it has never occurred to me, that all Iraqis or all Americans are bad people. I, in fact, have chosen America to be my country of choice. I am a proud Iranian American. So just because a group of people decided to have war because of the testosterones all over the place, it doesn't make everybody in that group of community a bad person. And it is so important that you keep that innocent and good part of your opinion open to it. Because when we put all men in one container, we are really sabotaging our own love life. We are sabotaging our happiness. We are sabotaging our chances at finding trust with a man. And good men are everywhere. In fact, when one of my clients, this had happened to her and she reported to the police, she talked to a man and the man was so supportive of her. And she's gone so far as to learning how to, press charges and how to defend herself. She was telling me that, a few days ago she was walking with her dog and, this guy came to her and she said, I just stood there and I stared at, like she had tools now. So not all men are bad. There are good men and there are evil men. Just like there are good women and there are evil women out there. So that said, when you are going on your journey to find love, the first thing I want you to do online is, and please write these down. This is really, really important. You can create an email that is not your actual email, that has all your phone number, address, information, whatever it is, like your actual email that you use. You can create a made up email. I did that, right? And I used it and it didn't have any of my personal information on there. In fact, I used my name on OkCupid was Butterfly's Voice, because I'm an opera singer and I sing Madama Butterfly. So it was Butterfly's Voice and I love butterflies, right? So I told them they can call me Butterfly for now. And I told them that's not my real name, but until I get to know them, I'm not going to disclose any personal information. And you can also go as far as, and I strongly recommend this, you can also create a Google, when you get a Google account on Gmail, you can also get a Google number, phone number, where you can not only get voicemails and make a phone call from it, but you also can receive texts from it and send texts from it. So your personal information can completely stay safe. And the good news is all of this is free. It's free of charge to you. So I strongly recommend that you take the time to create an email account and a phone number that's Google, so it's not yours. And really be careful about what you're putting, like as far as your as far as your information goes, like your phone number, your address, or when you're first starting an email. I literally put Butterfly as my first name and Voice as my last name, right? Like that. So Yame, okay, Google phone doesn't work there. Maybe you guys can find another way, but you can definitely use Google email, right? You can use Google email. So maybe look and see what in Australia or in any of the European countries, what works for you. And I'm sorry that I don't have that information, but I know in Canada and US that should work. Okay. Now, let's say that you can't get a Google number. No problem. When you get, oh, thank you, Berta. Berta is saying try textnow.com. That's what I have. Bravo. So another thing, and back at the time that I was dating, there was no Google number. Or it was like something that it was not known. I didn't know it. And it was really, really like, it was, it was like 10 years ago or something. So what I did is you could have, when you have a when you have a Gmail address, you can also do chat on it through Google Hangout. And Google Hangout has a phone, like Facebook Messenger, has a phone component. So you can use that. You can use that for texting. You can use, and you can get the app, whether you have an Android or an iPhone, you can use that for texting. You can use that for phone calls. Like actually, in fact, Brady and I, our customer success director at Dating with Confidence, she and I do all of our texting and all of our phone calls through Google Hangout. We don't use a phone number. And it's web-based, it's based on Wi-Fi. So you don't even have to give your information. It's that cool, right? So you can do that. The other thing that I want to tell you is I want you to really take your time to get to know the guy. The guy can be so charming, so good looking, lots of charisma, lots of chemistry. He can also tell you all sorts of awesome things. The only way you're going to know if this guy is for real or not is to give it time. And that's something that I see time and again with ambitious and savvy women that's missing. Why? Because the back mindset is saying, I don't want to waste time. This is not wasting time. This is to get to know the guy. If any of you who are working in my Irresistible Woman program and through my Quality Man method, you are learning your non-negotiables. All of you know that it takes a good 6 months to know if a guy has your non-negotiables or not. Right? So yeah, your name was Chula. Sandra says my name was Chula in POF. Yeah, you don't have to put your actual name on there. So when you do that, because for me, I was a relationship coach. I mean, back then I was a divorce and breakup recovery coach and an opera singer. So it's so easy to find me and to Google me, right? So I was very careful not to give my name out. So take your time, and time doesn't mean a week, doesn't mean 2 weeks. It means a month, month and a half. See who the guy is. You don't have to go to his house, and he doesn't have to go to your house, no matter what. So this is what I really want to tell you, and this is where the empowerment comes in, and this is where it is not your fault. Because a lot of times women want to be nice and accommodating and nurturing and make the guy feel good, right? But that doesn't include you jeopardizing your safety or you jeopardizing how you feel. You can still have all that feminine energy, all that good energy, all that kind, giving, nurturing, soft, open energy without putting your safety second. So I want to empower you by doing this. First of all, you can be very vocal. For the first date, you can or the first few dates, you can absolutely say, I want to meet in a public place, or I want to meet at a coffee shop. I don't want to get drinks. That's perfectly fine. That's what I did with Tim. I totally got dessert with him after a month of talking to him online. And after taking him out with 8 of my friends. Our first date was with 8 of my friends being there. I said, we're going to go to a concert. Would you like to join? I'm going to go with my friends. And I was very honest. I said, I'm going out with a group of my friends. There's about 8 of them because in case he wants to bring someone. And he said, can I bring a friend? I said, of course. Because I was going with my crazy singer friends and, they're loud and they're, they can be obnoxious. We're loud, we're opera singers. So we can be a little kind of like out there and, extroverts. So I, of course, was okay with him bringing his friends. So we went to this park for a day concert. I didn't even take my car because I was like, in case he's crazy, I don't want him to follow my car or have my phone, my car license. So back then there was no Uber or Lyft. So I took the bus. And then I got her, I went I didn't even go home afterwards, but it was his birthday. So Tim went out with his friends somewhere else. But, I took really, really extreme safety measures. And so that's something that you could do. And you can say, I really want, so this is how you can frame it. I really want to be present on my dates And while I love getting a drink and having a good time, for the first few dates, you don't even have to give him, like, you know what, I would love to just meet you where I can just get coffee or tea so I can really be focused on you and us. What do you think about it? And if a guy is like, well, I don't know, I really want to get a drink. Well, sorry, buddy, it ain't gonna happen, right? Like, okay, good to know. A guy who wants to get to know you, he wouldn't give a damn if you want to get coffee or wine or food. He doesn't care. He wants to get to know you, and he wants you to be comfortable, right? Because the more you're comfortable, the more he's going to be comfortable. The more you're not stressed, the more he's not going to be stressed, right? Because a good guys, quality guys are also going to be really nervous. They're going to be really, really kind of like shy, and they don't know what to do. So they're going to be fine with it. Now, a guy might tell you, no pressure, let's just go out for dinner or whatever. No pressure, no da-da-da-da-da. That's all good. Yes, no pressure. However, I really want to ask you for your sake, even if everything looks fine, please do not have alcohol on your first few dates. And if you are getting alcohol, get it yourself. Don't have him get it for you. Get the alcohol yourself. Go to the bar, get it yourself. And if you see any kind of weird monkey business, do not drink from it. Go and ask the waiter to bring you or your server to bring you water. I don't do that. I am not a fan, but again, I'm a coach. I can't tell you what to do. These are just tips that I'm giving you, and it's up to you to take what you want. But I know of incidents where the woman just had, a few drinks, and then the guy's real colors started showing up, and that's when things went south, right? And at that point, you are not in control anymore because you're intoxicated. So please be very, very careful, okay, about not getting drinks. You don't have to do that. I don't know what number I'm on, but the next thing is absolutely do not meet him at his place or do not have him meet you at your place. Absolutely no. And you can be very, very honest with them. I don't do that until I really get to know you and your friends and your community. You can be very open about it. And kind, and you could just say, this right now doesn't feel comfortable. I'd like to take my time. And just leave it at that. I'd like to take my time. I'd like to feel more comfortable taking my time. Once you get to know their friends, once you get to know them, once you get to know their, then you exchange names and you get on their Facebook and you see what's going on. You get to know them. Again, that's it. Look at what Yame wrote. Somebody's boyfriend raped her. This happens with husbands and wives. Okay? So we can't live our life in fear, but we use our best common sense to see a guy who has mental instability. Their colors show in their communication. Their colors show in the way they use their words. They're not as careful. They slip aggressive tone, attacking tone. They make you feel wrong. A guy who likes you, a guy who cares, a quality guy is not going to make you feel wrong. It's not going to make you feel bad about yourself, right? Okay, then make sure to tell your friends where you are going. Give the photo of the person, the name of him if you have it. Let your friends know even if you're going to Starbucks. Hey, I'm going on a date tonight. I'm going to be at Starbucks at the corner of this and that. And this is the time I'm going to be there. Maybe check in on me at this time, or call me, or text me, or I'm going to text you, just to make sure that you're safe. I strongly recommend that you use Uber or Lyft to go to the dating place and come back, because I personally don't like my car to be known, right? But this is really it's really up to you, and you might live in an area that there is no Uber or Lyft, or it's a smaller community. Then make sure that, you go with a friend, or, your friend is maybe in the corner, or you get to know this person that you have no idea who he is from online. Once you get to know them, once you just slowly build up trust, things are going to be more and more better. Yeah, I met at a park and at public places. Yeah, and when you're meeting at a park, make sure it is a public park. Make sure people are there. I love coffee shops the most in the middle of the day or earlier in the evening. So it's, for the first date, like a Sunday afternoon, Saturday brunch is a perfect idea, right? Because you really want to get to know each other. All right. And, that's let's see. Yeah, as I said, drinks, we already talked about it. Don't go home with them. I already talked about it. Now, if any of you have any questions, I have about 2 minutes. Go ahead and ask your questions. And Christine Ann, I would love to connect with you. So if you can send me a Facebook message, I would be so grateful to you. I would be so grateful to you if you do that. Let me just make sure, because you're the one who said I'm looking for your comment. And meanwhile, while I'm searching, yeah. Okay, Christina Ann is a counselor and advocate for sexual assault victims. Okay, so Christina Ann, if you are still here, if you can send me a private message, I would really, really appreciate you. Let's see. Yame says, Thordis is now happily married with 3 children. It's possible. Of course it's possible. Of course it's possible. Anything is possible. I have a client who is now like a big advocate. She was a rape victim, and she is a rape victim, and she is a big advocate for women now, and she has helped put those evil men in prison for her clients. So it's totally possible. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Christina. Lucy says, thank you for this. We should not generalize because of a bad experience. I've generalized almost my entire life. Yes, Lucy, it's about time for you to join the Irresistible Woman course, girl. Sammy said, I definitely like to know more about these options. Okay, cool. Berta, I read that. Sandra, okay, I read these. Deanna says, I'm meeting a guy on Monday, said for me to pick a place. We met on Bumble. We have been talking for 2 weeks. Right on, Deanna. Awesome. Pick a place. So you can pick a coffee shop, and you can pick, a very busy neighborhood, and you don't even have to meet in your neighborhood. I didn't want him to know where my neighborhood was. So we went to a concert that was all the way on the other side of the city. But again, I am very, very, very cautious. And I just rather be safe. That's really, I'm really on it. So with what has happened recently with a client of mine, and also with past clients, I really want to bring this home. I've talked about it. There is there's a blog that I have shared before, but I'm going to share it again with you guys so you can read it. Give me a second. Let me do that on my laptop so I can give it to you all and you can have it. There it is. Okay, here is the blog. It should. There it is. Okay. I just shared it. Okay, so you can read that. Share it with your girlfriends. Berta says, mine have been Starbucks dates and open public places now. I used to think they were being cheap by saying Starbucks, but now I see that it has been a perfect place. Yes, absolutely, Berta. One date I had at a open outside mall where they played music, and we just got sodas and waters and walked around all night just talking and sitting. It was great because I really got to know him without my head being clouded. Yes. And then you say, wow, remember before starting all this courses, I used to think they should take me to dinner and drinks, and I was under impression adults go out for drinks. Wow, I have changed. Yes, you have, Berta. Yama says, I've always parked a bit further away and walk. Awesome. Brenda says, I text my best friend and send her a pic of their license plate and always tell her where I am meeting and the name. And if it's online dating, I send her the profile information. Been doing this for a while. Wonderful. I wonder how you get their license plate. If you see them where they park, maybe that's also an option. Sammy says, I did just this over the weekend. I call my sister prior to and discuss. Then I text when I get there and text when I leave. Awesome, Sammy. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. These are all great. Okay, wonderful. I think that's about it. I gotta go. My next client is calling. I will talk about this more. I really want to talk about shame. So I'm going to come in the group and talk about shame. And last but not least, we are, you know what, I'm just going to walk. We are offering some kick-ass, I have to get the door, sorry. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hello, I'll be right with you. So let's make sure that you guys are like totally in my life now. So I wanted to let you know that we have opened up a pretty amazing discount for one-on-one coaching. So if you are serious about getting help this year and you want to really put a stop to your dating dilemma, you want to know how to reel in quality men, you want to know how to write your online dating profile, you want to know what to wear, you want to know how to flirt, you want to know what your non-negotiables are, how to communicate, how to stop dating the wrong man over and over and over again. You want the support of a community of like-minded women, and you want a step-by-step course that's going to walk you through all the steps of becoming the most irresistible version of yourself, which is in all of us. We're just going to flourish it, right? If you want to do that, I strongly invite you to come and take my love alignment assessment, right? And this is the link. And once you do it, if you're approved, you and I are going to get on the phone for 45 minutes and I'm going to tell you exactly what's in the way of your love life. I will teach you exactly what's going on and we can come up with the best program at Dating with Confidence for you. So this is the last year that you are going to be in this group as a single woman, but you're going to be just like the rest, like Lisa and Juliana and Sally and Michelle and my goodness, Banafshe and Rebecca and Susan and Jennifer, who have all found love, right? So if you want to be my next success story and you really are serious about just the dating dilemma, like the dating burnout, and like you're like, I'm just so done with this, go ahead and fill in the form and let's get on the phone and let's see what is the best plan. I will just tell you this, basically there is a grand discount coming your way should you choose to be part of my program. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe. Let me know what's your takeaway from this call. If you have any recommendations, anything that can add to this, please add it in the comments. As I said, this is not my specialty. I'm not a counselor. Christine Ann, if you're here, please send me a message so we can connect. And Deanna, let me know how your date goes. And if you still want to talk, let me know. Mwah! Talk to you guys later. Bye.